Chargepoint gains after JP Morgan turns bullish on long-term potential. Yes, on Friday, Chargepoint went up over 10%. Given the downturn it has been in, that is a huge upward move, and we are going to speak about it, baby. What is happening, investors? It is your boy Jack. I am not a financial advisor, and today we are going to be speaking about Chargepoint, a company we have covered for a long time on this channel. I covered it before they went public back in September 17, 2020. And that's pretty much when I ended up buying my initial shares all the way back here. So we've been through all of this price action. This was one of the companies, the EV companies that went public via the SPAC boom. It got all of this huge hype after only a few weeks. Realistically, it went to the moon, and you can see it crashed right back down, as we've seen with a lot of these SPACs. But I've made a couple of videos already in January. The first one was the top 4 EV stocks to buy now. Tesla, Lucid Motors, Neo, and then Chargepoint was in there, and you can see that they've already come down a lot from that price. They were at about $16 a share. We've come down to a very prominent support area. So now it looks like we should be able to go up sometime soon. You would really hope so at these price points. So we're going to have a look at that. We're going to have a look at the price points, at some of the technicals. We're going to see what JP Morgan has to say. And I'm also going to go through this article from JO Research. They bring up a lot of interesting points that I want to speak about. Why perhaps it is now a much better buy than it was at one stage. Right, before we do that, could I please ask you to hit that like button, drop me a comment down below, and subscribe if you're new around here. All of that helps me out so much. And if you would like 5 free stocks, hit that first link in the description, or it'll be in the pinned comment. Sign up with Moo, get 1 free stock just for opening an account. That stock is worth up to $3,500. Deposit $1, you get a second free stock, and deposit up to $2,000 and you get 3 more free stocks. So a total of 5 free stocks, each one valued up to $3,500. It's the best sign up deal, simply put, there ever has been. It's commission free, it has real-time free level 2 data for US markets. It's absolutely fantastic. So Chargepoint gains after JP Morgan turns bullish on long-term potential, okay? Analyst Bill Peterson says, Chargepoint is a clear leader in the North American commercial level 2 market with increasing emerging growth opportunities in DCFC in North America and in L2/DCFC in Europe. One very important thing about Chargepoint is Europe is a huge market for them. They're already there. They are continually expanding. That has to be kept in mind, okay? They want it to be about 1/3 of their revenue down the line. We anticipate Chargepoint driving significant growth over the next 5 to 10 years, with revenues outpacing the growth range of EVs in the US and Europe, driven by new opportunities in commercial and fleet operations. The company's software and services business provides Chargepoint an attractive recurring revenue model. And when we're looking at Chargepoint, it's important to think of them as that software and service model. They're not just the chargers. A lot more on that to come. They went ahead and put a 2022 December price target of $20 on Chargepoint. Given that at the time they were in the low 11s and they're still at $12.65, that's representing some very considerable upside over the next year. So that's just JPM, that's just one analyst thought. Okay, we're going to come over here. Chargepoint stock has been battered as investors bail out searching for value in cyclical plays. That's what we've been speaking about on this channel. That's what we've been speaking about on YouTube. There's a lot of fear right now. A lot of people are selling out of companies such as Chargepoint, such as a lot of these growth stocks that had a lot more hype last year. They're going very defensive with their investments, or they're just getting very cash heavy. So as a result, Chargepoint stock looks much more attractive now than in November when they first covered it, and looks a lot more attractive now than it has literally since they went public back September 2020. Chargepoint's focus right now is on growth over profitability. So again, it's one of those companies that a lot of people have been selling out of, have been getting out of because of that, you know. It's not a grower's market to an extent. Now, it is when valuations begin to make a lot more sense. It is when a stock comes down this much, but yeah. Chargepoint is focusing on its higher margin SaaS business, okay? They've telegraphed its plans clearly from the start that it sees itself as a SaaS-focused company. The company doesn't operate charging infrastructure, so again, important to understand that. It sells its charging systems to its customers and attaches them with its recurring subscription-based model. The focus on SaaS is clear because of its much higher margin profile. And you will see that if you go over the Chargepoint's website, from the very beginning, you see they cater for businesses, for fleets, for drivers. They don't just put charging stations out there. It is that software as a service that is so important to Chargepoint. The company reported an adjusted gross margin of 27% in the fiscal quarter 3/22, but its subscriptions gross margin was 41.9% on a GAAP basis and about 50% plus on an adjusted basis. So margins are good. But given that it also runs CPaaS arrangements, it's challenging to expect the high SaaS gross margins we have been used to. And these guys say, we don't think Chargepoint stock deserves such premium multiples due to its inherently weaker margins profile. This is comparing them to Twilio, okay, CPaaS leader. And that is a fair point to bring up in my opinion, but the valuations aren't as rich anymore. The stock has come down an awful lot. I mean, you wouldn't have caught me buying these guys up here. I only just bought them recently down here again. Credit Suisse expects momentum to continue as it estimates that EV share of sales in the US could reach 8% this year and up to 50% by 2030. That 50% by 2030 number gets thrown around an awful lot. There's a lot of merit to back it up. We're going to have to wait and see. Ultimately, that's a long way away. Chargepoint is also penetrating further into Europe, and this is such an important one that really can't be overlooked. Where the EV momentum has continued to gain traction in 2021, Schmidt Automotive Research highlighted that Europe's BEV momentum had improved further in 2021. BEV share of sales in Western Europe topped 11% on average in 2021 and reached 20% in December. It is growing very, very quickly in Europe. And you guys got to keep in mind, Europe is a huge market. Chargepoint is already operating in 16 European markets as well. I think the fact that Chargepoint is already so established does fill a lot of people with confidence, especially people like me who want to invest in growth in, relatively early life cycle growth companies, but not at the very beginning of the life cycle. We want companies who are established, who we do have some history for, whose margins we can see, who we have a few quarterly earnings reports for. They aim for its European business to account for 1/3 of its total revenue. That's what I was saying slightly earlier on in the video. Its valuation has improved markedly. You can see a Chargepoint's EV forward revenue trend. Look, it gets better and better and better. And the company is still expected to grow its top line rapidly. Consensus estimates point to a revenue compound annual growth rate of basically 62% from 21 to 24. So it's for these reasons that I'm invested in Chargepoint. It's for these reasons that, JO Research just went from neutral to buy. It's for these reasons that JP Morgan went to put a $20 price target for the end of December. Not very far away at all. Yet still, nearly 70-80% gain from when they initiated that buy rating. Is Chargepoint the safest bet in the whole world right now? No, not by any means. Look at this chart. It has been downtrending. Yes, it is a good stock to trade. It has huge upward moves, huge downward moves. It just came down to this support that was created when the company went public, okay? It smashed through every other serious level of support we've ever had. We're going to have to wait and see if it can hold above this line. Right now, you'll see it's literally within 3 or 4 cents of that support line. But the RSI on the daily chart does point to it being extraordinarily oversold, only being down at these levels once before, which was down here. And then it went on a big upward move and it came back down. So we would be led to believe that we could see and we should see some upward movement relatively soon. But with that said, there's not any one, huge catalyst that we're looking towards. We might not see that for a while. I think worst case, we smash down through $10 a share. It's in this market, it's definitely not impossible. I will be picking up shares the whole way down if that is to happen. I'm relatively happy buying slowly but surely at these prices. Well, I wouldn't mind just seeing a little bit of stagnation, preferably above that 1265 mark, building some strength, re-establishing that support, and then making an upward move when some real short-term catalysts come out. But anyway, my friends, that is the video for Chargepoint. A couple of people asked me to do it when I made the video about buying the 4 stocks, when I made the top 4 EV stocks to buy video. So there's my thoughts, and that's why I am a Chargepoint investor and have been from day one. If you watch this video all the way to the end, you, my friend, are a true legend. I really appreciate you being here. Your support genuinely means the world to me. Remember, if you want those 5 juicy free stocks, literal free money, it'll only take a few minutes of your time. First link in the description, sign up to Moo, or it'll be in the pinned comment down below. Anyway, guys, I hope you all have a beautiful, blessed day. I'll see you in another video very soon. Peace.